So I was contacted by a company a couple weeks back, and they said, hey, we'll send you out this awesome OBD2 scanner. We want you to test it out, see how it works, see if you like it. And I thought, you know, why not? I'll make a video on it too, because this thing is pretty cool. So the company that sent me this is called Autofix, and I will put a link to their products on Amazon at the top of the description. So definitely make sure to check this out, because these are actually really cheap. They're really good quality, and they have a ton of features. It's not just your everyday OBD2 scanner. It'll also give you a lot of different information about your car that is very useful. So let's go ahead and open this up. These stupid clamshell plastic things are a pain in the ass to open, but thankfully they packaged this one smartly, so I don't have to destroy the packaging with zippers here. So it looks like you've got a charging cable of some sort, and then of course you've got the OBD2 scanner, which probably is not charged. So we're going to charge this up, and then we're going to hook it up to the Saab and see what it's all about. Alright, so we got the OBD2 scanner charged up. Didn't take very long at all. So now we're going to go ahead and plug it into the Saab. So to plug this in, all you got to do is find the little outlet, which is down here under the steering wheel. On the 9.3, it's going to be down below the steering wheel to the right near the back, and then you just go ahead and plug that in. So now, since the car is completely off, it won't work because the engine ECU aren't on to transmit any data to this. So you don't want to turn the key completely on and start the car. What you want to do is just put it in the ignition and turn it to the on position. So now your AC, your radio, and pretty much everything but the engine should turn on and be functioning. So now we're just going to go through some of the features of this. Hopefully you guys can see the screen without any glare. I'm going to do my best here to put it at an appropriate angle. So as you can see, this is not your average OBD2 scanner. It comes with way more features than honestly you would probably ever need, but I have messed with it a little bit in preparation to try and make this a bit smoother, and it is actually really cool. So let's go ahead and go into the first menu here, OBD2. So now it's just scanning the system, and it's going to tell me if there's anything wrong with the car. So DTC's in this ECU 0, that's good. And then it's just going to give me a bunch of other general information about the car. So now I can select the ECU that I want. So we'll just click on the first one, and we'll hit read codes, and then current DTCs. And this vehicle has no fault code, so that's always good. And then of course, if you did have a code, you could go down to erase code and figure that out. But now let's go down to data stream, because this is actually really cool. You click on that, and then you hit view all items, and it'll tell you your fuel system status, the calculated load value, your engine coolant temperature, etc. So if we go ahead and we turn the car on here, you can see how these numbers begin to fluctuate with the engine warming up and whatnot. You can see that the load value is staying right around 20-ish%, and now it's starting to go down a bit as the engine returns back to its idle. Well, let's see if it changes as I rev the engine. Ooh. Yeah, so it definitely jumped up there to about 40%. And this is really cool. There's just a bunch of, oh wow, there's even more. It's telling me what my engine RPM is. So it looks like it's idling right around 900 RPM, which according to the RPM gauge is about accurate. Oh wow. Well, this is like instant. It's not delayed at all. It's just instant without response. So let's just have a little bit of fun here. Yep. That's so cool how those RPMs fluctuate. I mean, it gives you a ton of information that you don't even need, but it's just so freaking cool. Oh wow, even more. Intake temperature 52 degrees Celsius. So we're going to see that definitely rise a lot as we drive through this 110 degree weather. Let's see, anything else useful in here? I mean, of course it's all useful, but some of it's more useful and relevant than others. So as you can see now, the engine coolant temperature is now up to 73 degrees. So that's pretty neat. So we'll go back and we'll come back to that later. So you got your O2 sensor test, your onboard monitoring, which, okay, so that's just going to tell you, okay, so that's just emissions stuff, I believe. And of course, it'll tell you your VIN and stuff, which I'm not gonna go into, and basically just everything about the car. Okay, so now if we go into I am Readiness, you can see that it'll give me all these, basically a checklist of stuff. So O2 sensors, yeah, that's not coming up. Misfires, fuels, CCM, CAT, all that stuff is a green check mark. And I'm sure that if I check back once the car is warmed up and I've been driving and it's had a chance to go through everything, that all this would pretty much be checked off. But that doesn't worry me at all to tell me that there's anything wrong with the car. So under setup here, the top right, that's just basically if you want to change, you want to turn off the beeping, you want to mess with the settings of the actual OBD2 sensor, which is pretty nice because you can actually customize this a bit, which is really nice, although I like how it is set up now. So then if you come down here to lookup right here, and actually if you do have a check engine light, so I can go to lookup and I can figure out whatever the code is, and I can search it and it'll tell me what's wrong with the car, which is really nice, because usually you figure out what the check engine light is and then you search on a forum or something to find out what's actually wrong with it. But this will tell you straight on here what's wrong with it, which is super nice. And of course you've got review, which is just reviewing all of your data. So it's just telling me basically the previous information that I've asked for. It'll have all the history of it here, and I can delete the info as well. And then about, just tell me about the scanner, so nothing too important there. So now that I've just sort of gone through all the features, I want to pull up this live scanner thing again, and I want to mess with it and see what the hell we can have come up. And again, if you guys want one of these, I highly recommend it if you don't already have an OBD2 scanner, because it's fairly cheap, and as you can see, it's very well made too. It's very nice quality. So you can get these for pretty cheap on the Amazon page that will be provided in the link below. Again, I was sent this product for free, so I'm not vouching for them, because if this was a crappy product, I would tell you guys. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys to buy a crappy product. So this is definitely a good quality product, well worth the money if you do want to spend it. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I definitely did have fun going through and checking out all the features of it. I'm sure that I missed some because there's just so many menus and options and so much stuff to look at that, I mean, honestly, I don't know what most of it even means. But I'm sure to the trained eye that all that information was very interesting and cool to look at. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next video.